Hello, guys. Welcome back to Einstein TV. And in today's edition, we are going to be sharing with you another youth opportunity, which is going to be all about Canadian Express entry. And we have 370 approved jobs for Canadian Express entry 2023. We are going to share with you the highlights of what Canadian Express entry is all about. And later, we are going to share with you all the 370 approved jobs for Canadian Express entry for you to discover if you have your own field of work among these 370. It's a whole lot of jobs. It's a whole lot of jobs. So I think you cannot go across all the 370 without having your qualifications. And stay tuned. And I say welcome to you wherever you are watching for across the world. You are highly welcome, and feel free to share your own points of view in the comment section and let us know what we can do to better up the youth opportunity sharing so far as bringing positive vibes to the social life is concerned. So let's move on and see what we can offer in this video. So Canadian Express Entry Program of Immigration allow non-Canadian job seekers to find and start working in Canada for a specific set of high demand occupations for which Canadian employers are unable to seek and recruit local workers. So there are some jobs that Canadian employers cannot find local employees to do them because there are international talent that can do those jobs better. So this international talent, how can they bring them to Canada? Is by express entry, which is straightforward if you meet the requirement. So you must know that there are three sub immigration programs: Canadian Express Class, that is Canadian Experience Class, Federal Skilled Worker Program, and Federal Skilled Trade Program. Federal Skilled Trades Program. So under Canadian Express entry, which are all allowed to provide immigration to international job seekers for 370 approved occupations for Canada Express Entry Program, which actually means if your job position or profession, experience, and education is as per any of those 370 approved occupations, then you can easily apply for an immigration program for Canada in 2023. That is good news, right? So we are going to see some subsection and we ask this question: what is National Occupational Classification? It is being abbreviated as NOC, National Set Occupation Classification. Now, the second thing we need to know before applying for any Canadian Express Entry Program is National Occupation Classification, that is the NOC, which is basically a detailed explanation of any job profession from those mentioned 370 approved occupations list. So if you are going to search for National Occupation Classification Code, then you will find out the job educational requirement, experience requirement, job rules, salary information of any particular job approved for express entry program via these 370 approved jobs. And after we have looked on National Occupation Classification, we also have a subsection which is known as the tier category. We have to observe what is category tier. Category tier now, when applying for any of express entry program for Canada, the first thing we notice is that every approved occupations for express entry has a tier number. So you need to know what is actually stands for. Basically, tier means training, education, experience, responsibilities for that specific job you are searching details for. And this classify each job as per its job duties, class, category, and education or experience requirement. And there are 6 tier types for express entry programs for Canada. Then we are going to be explaining what all these 6 tiers stands for and the professions that are found in these 6 tiers. Now we start with tier zero. There is tier zero, guys, and when we talk about tier zero, we say management professions. Management professions start at tier zero. We see marketing, advertising, public relations, financial. Those are tier zero. Tier one, occupations requiring degree. We see software engineers, financial advisors. Those are tier one occupations. Tier two, we see apprenticeship, college diploma, supervisory experience holders. That is tier two. Tier three, we have dental assistants, bakers, dental technicians, or holding diplomas. Tier four, we have retail salesperson, child healthcare workers, merchandisers holding diplomas. Tier six, we have laborers, landscaping, professionals, door-to-door delivery persons, and that is the final tier. When you have searched for NOC, you are going to search for tier as well, just to get a very clear understanding of what express entry stands for and what it means and what it takes to qualify. When you qualify, that is it. You are going to just sell free. You can do it by yourself. You don't necessarily need someone to do it for you. You can do express entry, check for qualification, and entry by yourself. So, by so doing, we have seen a clue of what express entry Canada 2023 stand for. So, let's get into the core of this video, which is to go through this list of 370 approved occupations for Canadian Express Entry 2023. So now, as you have a clear idea of how Canadian Express Entry programs classify each and every job based on its training, experience, education, and responsibilities. Therefore, you also need to find out if your specific profession is accepted under Express Entry Program for Canada or not. So, for that, please, we are going to go through so that you find out if they are being accepted. And if they are not accepted, what happens? You need to check other possibilities of making it happen. So let's get to see these 300 and the list of these 370 approved jobs that we are having at hand. So guys, stay tuned and see if your profession are among these groups of 370 jobs. So now we see the list of occupations in Canada for immigrations. That is their entry section. You see National Occupation Classification Code and category tier. We start with one. One, you have managers in social, community, and correctional services. That is the code and that is the tier. I will just read the I will just go through the list of this job